welcome back to Wendy's Colouring. And today, yeah, I'm going to look at a new thing I've got. So, do I need any pencils? No, I do not need any pencils, but obviously I watch YouTube. Obviously I've seen these pop up quite a lot of times, particularly from our American friends. They seem to have quite a lot of these, and Lindsay, Frugal Crafter, that I can never say, sorry, she recommends these. She thought those were quite good. But when I did look, quite a few weeks ago now, these were like £95 or something ridiculous on UK. So I was like, I'm not paying that for a budget pencil, no. But I noticed last week that these had come down to £64, which is still, let's be honest, a bit of a rip-off price for us in the UK. I think from what I remember, people in America were getting these for $15, $20 or so on offer and things. They've not been on offer here, and they certainly aren't that kind of price. So we're paying 3 times as much. But, you know, it's pencils. 72, it's a lot of money for a 72 set. So I am hoping very, very much that these are a good set of pencils. If I can get in the box. Oh, goodness. So, come in a cardboard box. As you can see, it was just in like one of those plastic padded envelopes. So not the kind of paper ones that we seem to be getting from Amazon at the moment. They were in one of the padded ones. It was in those. As you can see, it's in some plastic as well that we didn't really need. And then it's quite a nice tin. Nice little design on it, excuse glare. And the back has, again, sorry my light's glaring because I'm filming at night. Got a swatch, which not hugely useful on the back, is it? Oh, actually, I've got a bit of a dinge there now. Now I've spotted it under the lights. Hadn't spotted it in real life. Softcore coloured pencils, and that is what a lot of people have commented on, that they're soft. High quality pencils for every level of experience. 72 unique colours. Rich pigment quality, smooth velvety application, easy to blend, 3.8mm lead, and more information available there. It's got an American distributor, so I'm wondering if these are American stock that we've got somehow. Designed in the USA, made in China, of course. This product plants 1 tree. Clever of it. But yeah, it's quite a nice tin. I wouldn't say it's top quality tin. It's reasonably thick. Materials, and it closes quite nicely. Can't complain. Is it any better than a Brute Fruiter square tin? It's painted nicer, I suppose. Then what have we got? We've got, again, same kind of colour swatch that's on the back with colour names, colour numbers, always very useful. Got a nice little always create your logo and Artisto. Then some leaflety things. Again, oh, they've got a scan to watch our YouTube drawing tutorials. So we've got how to use colour pencils, cool warm, colour mixing, pressure, technique, shading technique, pencil grips, sharpening, and some little demo step-by-step tutorials. Quite nice seeing some different colour combinations on the same drawing. That's quite a nice little idea. And some examples. So that's that bit. And then, is this another advertising thing? Oh yeah, these are the other set. So they do a watercolour pencil. I'm probably okay for watercolour pencils. Cheap watercolour pencils don't tempt me so much as cheap normal colour pencils. I don't know why that is, but they don't. I did see a video pop up, I didn't watch it, that these were like, these watercolour pencils are like Albert Dürer's. I don't know whether they are or not, because I haven't bought them, but obviously I've seen a lot of this one. Are these a cheap Prisma Colour? And there's only one way to find the answer out to that, isn't there, to have a look. And then advertising some sketchbooks, watercolour pads. Quite like this nice colour blend that they've got going on. Yeah, it's quite nicely done. Then we've got, what have we got? We've got, oh, Quite a nice swatch on quite nice paper. You can see it has a little bit of texture and tooth to it. Fairly easy to read, not the biggest of writing on it, but I can read it with my glasses on. Can I read it with my glasses off? Just about. Not as well as with my glasses on. But yeah, it's quite nice. And it fits in a tin, which is quite useful. And then a bit of plastic, bit of acetate stuff. Not sure I'd use that personally. I suppose you could put it behind something if you were colouring. Maybe absorb the pressure or something, but I'd end up forgetting, and then where the line is, I'd get a horrible line because I'm stupid like that. And then we've got the pretty pencils. Yeah, they do look nice. First thing that I obviously notice is that it is hexagonal barrel, which is quite unusual for a colouring pencil. I actually don't think I've got any other coloured pencils that aren't watercolour that are in hexagonal barrels. Albert Dura's are obviously in a hexagonal barrel. I think with super colour softs, they're hexagonal, but again, they're both watercolour. I don't know why it is a standard that generally hexagonal is watercolour. We've got Artisto Premium Soft. We've got a little gold band. We've got the name, Crimson Red, and A302. Reasonably high up the pencil, which obviously is preferred, then we don't lose the name for as long as possible. And again, can I read them without my glasses on? Probably I can, still, at the moment. Time will tell whether that will continue on my eyes rather than the pencil. But yeah, they feel quite nice. Obviously dipped ends. It's a little bit messy, this dipped end. It's like dinged a little bit. I don't know if you can kind of just about see it, can't you? Just a painting fault a little bit. And they've got like squared off sharpening going on, and we can see it's got a little bit of an undercoat underneath its coloured pencil coat. This one's scarlet red. So we've got a 110 reds to yellows, leafy greens. Actually, I quite like the greens. It's a nice green. Into a bit more kind of tealy greens down there. Then we've got blues, more teals, set of greys, more beigey greys, more cool greys. Black Magic A371, like a dark smoke grey. Yeah, I quite like some of these teals, they're quite nice. And then what have we got? Oh, a metallic. Why? No. I'd rather have had another colour. This is quite interesting, like light soft pinks. Quite a bright magenta. Nice kind of rose tone. What are they calling that? Orchid purple. That looks quite nice. Almost like a grey rose. These are looking a bit dinged at the bottom. So they've hit that a few times. And a metallic. What is it? What are we calling it? Said I could read it, now I can't. Gold on gold. Not a great mix. It looks like something strange. Something wood. Ugh. Maybe the camera can focus on it because I cannot. No. I still can't tell what that says. Looks like mouse wood, and I'm sure that's not what it's called. Perhaps it'll tell on my swatch sheet. Maybe that's the answer. Oh, it's in the lid. We'll find out later when I swatch them. But yeah, just the one metallic. Why bother? Give me another shade instead. Yeah, so obviously I've bought these because the talk of Prismacolor and how much is it like Prismacolor, and that's what I want to know. Are these cheap Prismacolors? Well, or here in the UK, are these a bit cheaper Prismacolors? Ooh. They are quite soft. I will give them that. I think we should get some Prisma Colours out. Should have perhaps thought about that before I started making a video. Let's have a look. Just happen to have a pink. Perhaps a sharpen would be fairer, because it's squared off business. Yeah, these definitely, I go in a little bit, these definitely are releasing a lot more crummy dust than my Prisma Colour does. I don't think they're as soft as a Prisma, I think is what I think. They are very soft, but they feel a bit drier, if that makes any sense. They're nice, they are nice. But they don't feel the same. I think that's what I think. Curious to see how much something would layer over it. Let's sharpen the magenta. What have I got that's darker for the Prismas that's to hand? The crumb is getting on my nerves. Let's get rid of that. So I've got, what's this? Parma Violet in my Real McCoy. Obviously this is not a good colour choice to work over each other because they're a bit of a jump, but it's more for the feel sake than the colour really. Oh, yeah, and the difference is fairly obvious there. So they don't want to layer over anywhere near as well as that Prisma. Obviously my Prisma is not the right colours to layer together, but they went over each other pretty easy. I've done about the same amount of these pink tones down, but this darker magenta does not want to cover the first layer of these at all. It kind of feels like it's resisting a little bit more. It has done it eventually, hasn't it? But it's, and obviously the colour match is much better because I didn't pick a great big dark purple, but yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like it's layering as well. And I think these will get to the point where you literally can't do anything over the top. Let's try something ridiculously dark over the top of them. Let's try a brown, which is obviously going to look horrible, but just for curious sake, can I even make a mark? Oh, the brown's going over a bit better. So the magenta didn't want to go over at all, but the brown seems to be fine to go over. Experiments with pencils. Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about that. Maybe it was just that one that doesn't want to go over. Let's try something else. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. Knocking my pencil sharpener everywhere. Lavender. Ooh, snappy. The lavender doesn't want to go over. How dark is the pigment in this? Reasonably. It's no darker than that brown was, is it? Maybe it's not quite as pigmented as the brown. Maybe that's the key. Yeah, definitely. Maybe that's it. Maybe lighter colours that don't have as much pigment on don't layer quite as well. But certainly the colour payoff is quite nice. Colours so far nice and strong. Yeah, they're definitely not as smooth as my Prisma, but it's a similar colouring experience, and look, they will layer into the Prisma. Prisma doesn't love layering back on top of it though. Kind of going a bit like getting a little bit of a reaction, a little bit, look. See what I mean? Interesting. Let's put my Real McCoy back in the pot. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is me do the swatch that's come with these. This beauty. What was that gold one called? Let's see if I can find it. I should have looked what number it was. Oh, there it is. Moosewood. What an odd colour to call a metallic. Maybe it isn't a metallic. Maybe it's just the barrel colour. We shall see. I'm looking what other weird colour names we've got. The rest are not too bad. Goldenrod, bisque, shiitake. I'm taking it's a mushroom colour. Dark chocolate, peacock. No, there's nothing else that's unusual. Apart from a moose wood. We'll see what it's like when I get there. But yeah, I'll fill this beauty in, and I shall, for you, be back in literally seconds. For me, going to take a little bit more time, but see you in a sec. Okay, as you can see, I am all swatched up. First thing to note, that the order that this nice tray comes in is not the order of your swatch chart. And I see I've got it everywhere on my swatch chart already. Yeah, they're all over the place from the trays. So you've got reds here on this tray, but then it goes, yeah, into one of the browns down here that they're calling rusty red, but I think is it that one? One of these anyway, and then it goes back into an orange, then it goes back into a brown again, then one of these corals, another pink, back to a red. This chart goes, it's a very strange order, and then you've got quite yellows and a random orange down here with the browns. And how have I got dust everywhere? And yeah, as you see, my little brush has been busy doing this chart, because they do release quite a lot of dust anytime you put a bit of colour down, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but obviously you need to be prepared. I quite like the colour palette. I did have a misprint on one of mine that did confuse me a little bit. So this one, Sky Blue 326, I think it was this one. So 326 is actually on mine, as you can see, called Castleton Green, which is actually this green here. Get the pencil to show you. I think it was one of these. Oh, that was a good guess. So that is actually that pencil, but obviously I have two with that name on. Thankfully the number is correct, so this is Sky Blue really, but the name is incorrect that's actually printed on the pencil. As you can imagine, that did confuse me, because I'd already swatched this green, this one, into the Castleton Green box. Then I picked this one up and thought, oh, what an idiot, why have I put that in there? Rubbed it all out, put this one on, looked back to see which which green I'd missed, and then realised they were both called the same, so I hadn't missed any. So yeah, this one, which is why I don't think that green's quite as dark as it actually is on the pencil, because I've had to rub that box out twice, and it's kind of taken the surface off the paper a little bit, and it didn't seem to like going back over it. So yeah, there were a few issues in terms of swatching because of that misprint. I've only had the one, I've sharpened all of these, only had the one that was a bit snappy, which is sadly a colour I quite like. So they're calling this lavender. I think it's a bit stronger than a lavender. It's more purple in it, or certainly in the barrel. Let's find it on here. It's this one on here. But yeah, that's, I think it broke twice, and as you can see, I've got it pushed into the bottom of the tray. That's how much I've lost of it. Yeah, so that's just one of them things, isn't it? So it does leave me with a quandary, because now I have no clue what order I want to put these in to my pencil case in. I'm kind of thinking I might move some of these pinky reds and maybe these to the front here. I think I don't like them exactly as they are in the tray, although this is better than this, but I don't think it's perfect. So I'm thinking these three, they're possibly going to get moved up there, and these kind of 5 might get moved to the very front along with the I might just rejig them all and have them the other way, flip them so that white and pale lemon are over here. Who knows? I've got a bit of messing to do, I think, is the moral of this story. I haven't really tested the white. Obviously, I didn't swatch the white. So I'm thinking if we put some of the black down. That is quite a nice strong black. Certainly. Do 2 layers. Get rid of all that. And I thought, we'll see how this goes over it. Not brilliant, as you can see. See if I can persuade it a bit more. It's got some covering power. Let's get it off the white. But I've also got my Prisma, which my camera won't be able to focus on because all the printers come off it in true Prisma style. I just thought I'd see how that goes over. Goes over a lot easier, that is for sure. But there's not a huge amount of difference. Obviously, I've not done quite as many layers of the Prisma. You can see them. If I keep going, will it keep adding? Oh, it does if you keep going. Look, it is getting lighter. It doesn't feel as nice as the Prisma going over, I've got to be honest. And as you can see, I'm creating a lot of dusty dust. Let's just brush it out of the way. That much dust. Let's carry on with me Prisma, which is obviously not creating anywhere near the same kind of dust. A little bit. But for a cheap budget pencil, white, I don't think that's bad going, is it? Yes, it's needed more layers, definitely. Yes, it's definitely a lot messier, obviously. But yeah, it is obviously cheaper than, well, for us in the UK, it's significantly cheaper. It's probably cheaper in the States as well, isn't it? But you can't get them single stock, so who knows? Who knows what to do? So let me get rid of my messy pad. So I have, in readiness for this set arriving, I have bought, let's zoom you out because we're too close. I have bought, too many things, bought a new pencil case, so I've gone this flamingo route. And I've already pre-labelled mine, so I literally just buy printing white sticker paper. So I think you can use it for kind of like labelling if you're in a business. So you can run labels through a printer and obviously print the addresses you want to send to. It's that kind of stuff. It's not great quality. It's literally a reasonably cheap pack. I think I've got 100 sheets or something like that. But I cut them into strips, as you can see, so that when I put them in, I can basically, like I've done with these that have jumped into this home last night, I do a swatch on the ends to save me rooting about for the swatches, and then obviously pencil number, so it just means putting them away is a lot easier. And as you can see, because this is a 72 set that I'm in the process of looking at today, I've had these in the tin since I got them pretty much. I think, did I get them October, November? These are the Indra Creative Pastel 72 set. And they've sat in their tin, waiting for a friend to live with them. So as I'd ordered these, I thought, actually, I'm going to put them together, because I think colour-wise, I find just 72 a little bit less. Not quite enough colours for me. So I thought, actually, this might be a good set to match with these Artistos. So these are already in and ready, as you can see, and I've got plenty of space left to put my Artistos in and organised. Yay! But what do I think about them? Obviously, I've not done a colouring with them yet, and I think that makes a big difference. They're definitely quite powdery. That much I definitely think. Are they like a Prisma though? I don't. They have some of the qualities of a Prisma, undoubtedly, but they kind of remind me of my Artex set. So I have the 126 Artex. Obviously these are pretty soft as well. It's a tricky one, is this, isn't it? What is this one called? Cerulean. I don't think I've got a cerulean in this, have I? No. But this seems close. Actually, I'm not sure, that doesn't feel softer. Try a similar colour. Oop. I'm going to get my two sets mixed up now. Oop. Okay, they feel very similar. So this is my world's smallest print on these, remember. Cerulean blue out of my Artex. And I've lifted out the cobalt blue out of my Artisto. Would help if my camera would focus, that might help, might it? We'll bring it down a bit. Yeah, I don't think there's much between them. I don't think there's much between them in colour. I don't think there's much between them in feel. And as you can see, they are both pretty crummy. They give off quite a bit. Where's that little purple that I've just got out? Let's try purple. I'm not sure there's a purple that's close to this one though. Let's have a look. Oh, purple. I'm saying purple. It looks blue. French ultramarine. That wasn't my purple, was it? Excuse my squeaky chair. Let's try and find an actual purple out of my Artex. Let's have a look. Oh, that one looks very similar to one that I've just done. What is this one? Ultramarine violet, if I don't throw it. Let's put that one back, then I don't lose it. We've got a royal amethyst indigo. Let's have a look how dark it is. What do we think? Maybe the indigo? Let's see if I can find it. Is it one of these? Amethyst. Royal purple. I'd think it'd do with these, but no, I can't see it. Indigo. Was it just indigo? Yeah. Okay, not quite the same colour this time. Yeah, I think these feel... On this paper that I'm using, these feel very similar to me. My Artex and my Artisto. This is just a cheap mixed media paper, 300 GSM. It's literally from the range, which is a cheapy store, so it's got a card texture, but it does have a little bit of texture on it. It's quite nice for coloured pencils. I quite like testing things on this for this reason. Yeah, they feel very, very similar to me. Yeah, it's kind of a bit disappointing now, isn't it, really? Now I've just realised that. Obviously, they're both Chinese, and as you can see, they both have that kind of white undercoat. Does the wood look similar? Not sure. Not sure. Let's get another of my Artex out. Because obviously this is in a hexagonal brand, but shape kind of feels a little bit different, doesn't it? But lead-wise, I think it is similar wood. There's not much difference looking between them, is there? Don't get me wrong, I like these, but obviously if they're similar to these in the UK are cheaper. You can get the 126 set of the Artex for less money than the 72 set of these Artistos. So maybe these aren't making perfect financial sense for us here. I think possibly these might be a better buy for a very, very similar product. I was kind of hoping these would be closer to the Prisma Colours. They're nice, I like them, they're nice to use, but so are these. Yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't compared them now. Just going to annoy myself. Just bought a set of pencils that perhaps I didn't need. They'll get used, because, you know, I'm using pencils every day, aren't I? But, so, not sure what I think. Obviously, I've bought these myself, my money, they've not sent me them. I've chosen to have a look at these and see what I thought of them. I do like them, there's some nice colours in it, some nice really soft colours that I really quite like. I do like that orchid purple I mentioned before. The pencil that looks like it's a metallic moose wood actually isn't a metallic, it's this kind of mustard, kind of dark mustard colour. It's almost like a sepia or something like that, really. Yeah, but thankfully it isn't a metallic. It's a little bit more of an unusual colour that's a bit more useful. Greys are all nice. Mahogany red I quite like. Nice selection of teals. You've got aquarium turquoise, aqua blue. This Castleton green is quite turquoisey as well, I think. You've got peacock that's quite dark. And in cheaper sets, generally the darker pigments is where you really see the lack of pigment. I think there are some quite dark colours in here, and they really do have some quite good pigmentation in them. So from that side of it, I'm pretty happy with them. I like the colour selection, and like I say, because I've put them in with that pastel set, I think it'll just add a little bit of something to the colour mix. I'm definitely not going to put them in my set like this because it's a bit mad, a swatch sheet order. It's kind of like somebody that was colourblind and put these all together in an order. I'll just put some yellows down there. But yeah, I like them. Obviously they're a little bit different. They're in this hexagonal body. I think the colours are nice. In the main, mine have arrived quite good order. Just the one that's, I think it snapped twice when I was sharpening that lavender colour. But all the others, even on this bottom tray that looks a little bit more bashed about, seem to be, touch wood, looking pretty good. So I have fished out somewhere amongst all my mess in the room this little book that I've been working in a little bit of late, and I did think I would just have a feel of what they were like on Amazon paper, because, you know, let's be honest, that is probably what they're doomed for in life, working on Amazon paper. So maybe we'll stick with the blues. Let's have a look. So I've picked out Persian blue and iris blue. Which ones are these? Persian is this one, and iris is this more slightly navy shade. I might also have a bit of dark cyan, but goodness knows where that is. Is it there? Yes. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of this space in this little jar, and we'll just see. Oh, too many things on my desk, and they're all stacking up, and I can't move things out for a bit. There we go. Let me go in a bit more. So, just thought I'd see what it was like on the paper and how I like them. Now, I have used my Artex quite a bit in Amazon paper. There's a couple of the cocoa wire smaller books that I've used them consistently in. So it is quite interesting to see. Oh, maybe that wasn't the colour I wanted next. That's a bit bright, isn't it? Go with the darker one. It'll let me now. Obviously you're seeing quite a bit of paper texture from these, but again, Amazon paper. I think I want something a bit lighter than, what is that one? Iris. Maybe blueberry. Certainly these are easier to read than the Artex. The Artex print I find very difficult. I haven't got my glasses on, that's it, can't read them at all. These are in the main much clearer, apart from that metallic printed one, because you've got metallic on metallic, which just doesn't work particularly well. So yeah, I think the lighter pigmented pencils like this one lay down a bit more patchy than perhaps the darker ones. Obviously it's less pigment in them, perhaps a bit more filler. And I kind of, to get that colour that you're wanting, seems to take a little bit more work with these lighter ones. Okay, I think we could do with flattening that, couldn't we? I got a blender. Just clear the edge off because I've just literally been using it on another bit of work. So this is a Caran d'Ache. Oh, hello camera, wake up. There we go. Caran d'Ache wood blender. Prefer the full blenders personally, but obviously they're making some savings, aren't they? These are good if you want to get in somewhere sharp, but obviously they don't work quite as well for a big background or something like that that you might be flattening down. I don't personally like it when you can still see little spots of the paper, but a little bit of work with this blender, as you can see, flattens it back down. Will it let us do another layer? Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it will. Curious to see at which point will it stop. Let's try something super dark. So this is the black. Come on camera, you know you want to see it. There we go. The black, obviously I don't want loads of this on. This is quite, does seem to be quite a strong black, so only going gently with it. Yep, still showing up though. Yeah, they're not too bad. Perfectly usable. Yeah, I think my judgment is, are they like a Prisma Colour? A little bit, but as much as my Artex sets are. And currently, I think the Artex seem to be a better financial buy if you're in the UK like I am. I like them. They'll get used most definitely. Obviously I'd have liked a few more colours. 72 is quite a small set for me personally. I like a lot of colours. Yeah, they feel nice to use. They feel like a nice quality product. Yeah, feel very similar to the Artex to me is my overview. So perhaps if you have the Artex, you maybe don't need these. Obviously personal choice, isn't it? But yeah, hopefully I've given you a bit of a view into what these are like. I do quite like them. I don't regret buying them. I quite like them with the set that I'm going to put them with. But are they a replacement for our Prismas? I don't think they are, sadly. They're similar. They're a budget pencil. They're nice for a budget pencil, but I don't think they're a Prisma colour. Personally, I think there are still quite a few differences, but yeah, I think undoubtedly this is the best budget white that I've used. This does seem to have quite a lot of pigment in it. This is a better pencil, most definitely. Still not as good as a professional white in any of the artist brands. I have a whole pile of whites that I use all the time. Is that one going to replace these? No. As you can see, I've got Holbein, I've got Caranache Luminance, I've got Derwent, Chinese White. I also have in here, because it lives in here, Derwent Wheat, because I use that a lot as well. And various other ones that we could go on with. If you want a decent white, I think ultimately you need an artist grade pencil personally, but that one is not bad. It is not bad at all. Anyway, I'm just waffling on now. Hopefully this was useful and you've had a bit of a nosy at them and you can make your judgment about whether they're for you. If I can still see them on Amazon UK, I will pop them in the description box for you. Like I say, these weren't sent to me. I've bought these myself. So I don't have any codes to share or anything like that, but yeah, I do like them. They're nice pencils, but I don't think they're a Prisma. Sorry. I hope you're loving your colouring this week. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me waffle on. Bye bye.